This DJ Shabach. This a glimpse into my life and how I live through Jesus Christ. I be filming through the day, but DJ Shabach through the night. Catch me vibing in your city, and I got my shawty with me. Atlanta raised me, God that made me. Everybody say it with me.
DJ Shabach.
Man, y'all lame. Man, alright, come on.
We the ones that gotta be like the big ballers, the breadwinners.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we gotta make sure our money's straight before we
Exactly.
we even try to like approach a girl.
Exactly.
You were a man, right? You need money, you need a car, you need
Yeah.
a place to stay.
And we're taught this
You
ever
know?
since when you first start dating, with 12 or 13. It's like, if your parents aren't giving you the money, if you know, you got to get the money yourself. And if they are, they're telling you you need to get a job so you can, you know, start doing this. So it's always this weird feeling when it comes to this provider, wanting a man to be a provider, wanting a man to have money. Because it seems like women are taught that men are supposed to have all this much more money than what they have, and they're not supposed to put in nothing in the pot.
I wouldn't say it's taught. I think that's something that's been, I don't even know what the right word is, but that's something that's been around for a minute.
Yeah.
Because if you go back in the day,
That's how it was. Yeah.
That's how it was. Yeah. Women were going to work, they're staying at home, washing clothes, making, you know, playing with the kids, cooking food. Like, that's how it was.
So do you feel like they want the cake and, what is it, they want the cake and eat it? Where it's like, they want to work, they want to do all this, but yet they don't want to spend their own money. They want you to be the breadwinner. They want you to be the one that's, you know, paying for the dates.
I'll say yes and no, just because I've experienced both.
Okay.
I personally know some women that don't require nothing from nobody.
Nice. Well, okay. Do you feel as if those are, that they genuinely like, no, I'm good? Or that like, I don't need nothing, I don't need no help from no one?
No, it's genuinely I'm good. Like, if you wanna get this from me, you can.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm good.
Nice.
It's not in an offensive way.
Nice.
Yeah. It's just, I think it comes from like a sense of security.
I like that. See, that's my thing. That's why I want to teach my daughter is, I don't want you to be reliant or dependent on no man to, if you want to get a Birkin bag, then you earn your money, you pay for it yourself. You want an apartment, you want a car, you know, you accomplish all this on yourself. Don't depend on a man or woman, you know, to give you that prosperity.
But you gotta also put it into perspective. Like, 9 times out of 10, the women that are saying, "Oh, I need a man with money," or the women that don't have money.
That's very true. That's very true.
The women that, you know, do have money and have their stuff together, you know, they're gonna be looking for that equally yoked partner. They're gonna be looking for someone who's on that level.
That's very true. Kevin Samuels loves to say that guys don't want a woman who is making a bunch of money. Y'all agree or not?
No,
I don't agree.
Yeah, me either.
I don't agree.
I would love for you to be making a bunch of money. Like, you know, we can go back and forth. You pay for that date, I pay for this
Would
date.
it bother you if she was making more money than you?
Heck no. That's more. That's less that gotta come out of my pocket.
No, I got go ahead. My girlfriend actually trying to be an actor.
Nice.
If all well, go successful,
Mhm.
she's gonna make 10 times more than what I'm about to make.
Exactly.
I'm gonna go into PT school.
Okay.
Doctors can only make so much. She can make millions if she blows up, you know. So I've already accepted that fact. I feel like it's already gonna happen.
Yeah,
you know? I think she's attractive. She's good at what she does. So I mean, she makes more money than me. That's great. I told her, I mean, I'm good. I'm still gonna buy you things. You know, you may be richer than me. It's still gonna stop me from doing what I want to do for you. You know.
Okay. So with that, do you feel when she gets to that level, do you feel as if she has the ability to call the shots? Like, say if y'all go for it, y'all move in together. Will she be the one, I want to get this apartment here in Buckhead, or I want to do this, I want to get this car, and you are not going to have no say?
I can't agree.
That's a difficult
question.
I can't agree with that.
I feel so. I feel like that comes down to where y'all stand as like a person. You know, like who you are. So like I feel like in that situation, it shouldn't be one-sided. Y'all both need to work together.
Exactly.
If you want to live somewhere, we both talk about it. However much it is, we both work that out. How much money are we both going to put into it? You know,
Exactly.
I was gonna say that.
So,
I was gonna say that.
not one person's not going to pay the rent. One person's not going to pay the mortgage. You know,
It's 50-50.
So, but how can it be 50-50 if I'm just using real basic numbers? If you're making $10,000 a month and she's making $20,000 a month, how can it be?
Okay, but you gotta take it from this standpoint. What if she doesn't have a movie or a show? I'm taking your example. What if she doesn't have a movie or a show
She in
for
between.
3 months?
She in between. That's
For 3
true.
months. What if she's in between while he's still steady?
That's true.
So
That's
you
true.
can't go and get that. You said 20,000. You can't go and get that 20,000 apartment if your partner
very true.
can only make 10,000.
That's very
You
true.
gotta come together, see what y'all both bring,
Right.
how much y'all
Yeah.
both bring.
You gotta
and then
find
split it. Find
little-
that
yeah,
line
Exactly.
in between, that common ground.
See, I'm glad you're saying that, but I don't know if all women think that, because a
Definitely
lot of
not.
women. What'd you say?
Definitely.
Because a lot of women, they want to go off of what they see right then, right there. Boom, let's make it happen. And I feel like there's cons and pros, right? There's of women being emotional. Women are emotional because that's how they are supposed to be. They're supposed to be nurturers. They're supposed to be able to have that loving side that men are not able to give. The con to it is that sometimes they're not able to think for the future, et cetera, or think beyond what their current wants is. So,
Making it a moment.
exactly. So then that leads to, should men be the quote unquote leaders? Or should there be this half and half?
I think men should. I think men were naturally created to be leaders because, we're more logical. We think. You know what I'm saying? I believe that men, I believe that women are more moved by what they hear versus men are moved by what they see. So
That's very true.
yeah, I think we use our heads more.
So what would you say to a woman who's like, I use my head, I didn't accomplish this and that and that?
I mean, that's fine.
Good
Take
for
away,
her.
clap for
I
her.
think,
man.
Yeah, I just
You know
think you
what I'm
gotta, when it comes down to it, like, you just gotta lay it all out.
Right.
Like, lay all the options out.
Yeah, right.
And if what she wants is not realistic, then you gotta have that talk with her. Like, hey, maybe we can
Bring them back
maybe
down.
we get there in the future. You know what I'm saying? But right now,
Right.
like speaking right now and for the near future, like this is not realistic.
Right.
I absolutely agree. And personally, here's the thing. Here's why I feel like a lot of guys don't do enough. Is searching for a woman that does not just look good. We talk about what we see, but it's actually going to be good for us.
That's
Because there are a lot of mature-minded women. There are a lot of women who are wanting to quote be submissive. I don't like using that word exactly, but submission. The thing about submission, you should not be submitting to someone who's not a leader.
That's true.
Right? Like there are a lot of people who did not want to submit to Donald Trump because they felt like he was not capable to be a leader, or they didn't want to submit to Obama because they feel like he was not capable to be a good leader. So you should not submit to someone who you don't feel like can have the maturity to lead you.
You're right.
Yeah.
Goes back to submission. So I feel like there are a lot of women who feel like they can or that they want to submit, but are we finding those women? Because we're so much focused on how they look on the outside. Are we looking for those women?
Nah, bro, we pick our friends harder than we pick our women. And our women is the person that's sitting on the right side of me.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, if all my guys are telling me, nah, like don't go do that, I'm gonna look to my wife like, hey, what you think?
Yeah.
She gonna be the at the end of the day, she gonna be the one to kind of
Help you make decisions.
help me guide me through my decisions.
That's the one you talk to.
Exactly.
Then it'd be your friends.
Yeah.
On God.
We pick our women harder than we pick our friends. Or
Pick our friends harder
than we pick our women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's why I had a hard time with finding a girl freshman year. A lot of my friends was like, just focus on, stop trying to be, she a Christian, she got all these, just go with it. But I'm like, I met several girls, but I'm like, she's an atheist, or she's not mature in this area, or she ready to go off on someone, this and that. I know what I have created myself as far as my personality, responsibility, maturity, etc., etc. So I needed someone that could match that, so I'm not having to constantly argue or we don't see eye to eye. And I ran into a few girls who were like that. It was where, you know, we were simply friends, but we was arguing like every other week, or there would be an issue that came up, and I'm like, yo, it's like, okay. And I realized, you know what, maybe I need to step back from being with female friends, but that's a whole nother topic. So realizing or picking someone based off of what you know that you're going to need eternally, what you already have, and not off of looks.
So let me ask you this: how do you go about picking a girlfriend?
Yeah. What are some qualities you look for?
Not even that, but like, what's the process for you?
So the process was, shout out to my current girlfriend, well, love you. the process was, I would see a girl, right? Of course, off of attraction.
Yeah.
You know, go up to her, be like, hey, blah, blah, get your Instagram, and chat it up, text or whatever. Then I will lead to, hey, you want to hang out, or you want to do this, or hey, I got this game night thing or whatever, or hey, I'm going to dine hall. Come. Just keep it casual. After that, while we're doing this process, just asking certain questions to see where her mindset is.
Yeah.
The specific questions would be like, okay, you're a Christian? Yeah. You go to church? Yeah. By the time you ask the third question, okay, so what you feel like you got a good relationship with God? You can tell. Because if she's like, why are you asking all these questions? That's a red flag number one for me. If you're not ready to talk about how much you have a relationship with God and everything, nah. Then the second thing is what they always say, as far as just take whatever girl you consider around your friends and see how she interacts. I mean, there were several girls that I like, thank God, because of how she dealt with her roommates, or how she got upset at this person. She cursing that person out. I'm like, okay, nah. Because I'll be on the other end, you'll be cursing me out, you know?
Okay. So you saying you pretty much got to know her first.
Yeah.
And see if she matched up with what you thought.
Exactly.
Okay.
Now,
I did the same exact thing.
Okay.
So freshman year, I was struggling
Yeah.
for a little bit until I found her, because I was talking to all these different types of females, and I had gotten to a point where I grew immensely in my confidence. So I approached women, and I was like, hey, I noticed you. I don't know if you care or not. I'll give you my number anyway. If you want to go out, want to do something or whatever. A few of those went every which way, never really went nowhere. With my girlfriend, it wasn't actually me that time. I didn't want to approach her. I thought she was out of my league. I was like, I ain't even gonna try with that.
Who, your current girlfriend?
Yeah, so it's a little funny conversation. Shout out to Allie. But, and Chris. Chris, my friend, had just met him on campus.
Okay.
Going to the gym, and I was like, hey, yo, I noticed them. They actually went to my high school. It's like they look pretty familiar, but I'm like, no, let's not talk to them.
Yeah.
Just keep it chill. And he's like, no, I ain't gonna let you act like a bitch.
Yeah.
Like, come on, bro. Either you go across or I'm gonna cross. I'm like, okay, relax. So I go talk to him or whatever, and I'm talking to her, and I'm like, hey, y'all want to ever hang out or whatever? Because we got really much to do. It's like a football game on Saturday.
Yeah.
Y'all want to come? You can. They were like, sure, let's do it.
Yeah.
She was rooming with her friend at the time, so she tagged along. I do the same thing. I want to get to know the person first. So I want to know what you like. I want to know what your values are, your beliefs. Like, how do you handle yourself around different crowds? I bring my own friends. You gonna bring your friends. How are we gonna interact?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
We can't just get along. If you're I like to look for things like facial expressions and stuff.
Exactly.
The way people look at each other, more if someone does a certain thing, that type of stuff.
Yeah.
She was super chill, very nice. She was outspoken. She's an introvert, but you wouldn't be able to tell. So after all that, I talked to her for about 3 weeks before she actually popped the question. Because I don't know, I had weird mixed feelings, but she was definitely feeling me. So I realized she was a good girl.
Yeah.
She's got her head straight. She knows what she wants in school. She knows what she wants in life. So I was like, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You like me, like you. Let's just do it, and
That's dope.
made it official.
Nice.
So
Nice.
Dope. I like that.
So,
Yeah.
okay, so the
I
real
agree.
question would be, how do you do?
I do the same thing. I like to. I ain't gonna say I keep them as friends.
Okay.
But I kind of keep it that in between, that flirty, you kind of have an idea I'm into you.
Yeah.
And while that's going on, I like to ask questions like, you know, where do you see yourself in the future? How do you see this? You know, certain questions to, you know, kind of jog their mind to see if I'm really interested in taking it further with this girl and actually getting into a relationship with this girl. So that's how I go about it.
Would y'all say that y'all have a quote unquote type? And when I say type, people think of type as just physical.
Yeah.
But I think of...
I don't have a physical type.
Right.
I think I have, as far as like a mindset, I think I have a type. Okay.
And what would that type be?
You got a mindset type. I'm cool with anyone, so.
Yeah, like I get along with any and everybody. But I think as far as like my type mentally, like I like someone that's strong and that can be independent. You know, it's me and her and we together. Yeah. It's not, I don't necessarily want it to be us. I don't want it to be us until we get married.
Yeah. Okay.
So
because that's when now we're making decisions for ourselves now, for the group, for us too.
I feel that.
But until then, it's okay. I'm still doing me, you still doing you.
That's true.
But we acknowledge that we both have feelings for each other, and we gonna have this relationship.
That's true. Exactly.
And it's either gonna flourish or we're gonna find out maybe this wasn't the best thing for us.
Exactly. So do you feel as if there's a line of where it can be too independent? So then when y'all do come together, it's like, well, I've been doing it this way on my own, you know?
Yes.
Yeah. I feel like to a certain extent too. It depends how independent are each of y'all. You know? Just like people like that can coincide, but like say you got like I guess like two alphas, they're gonna butt heads. You know? For sure. So when you say, for example, you are brash, you're prideful, you are a confident man, you know what you want what you do in life, you find a woman who reciprocates that in the same way. Yeah, it's great. But then you gotta realize those same flaws you got, she's gonna have them too. You're gonna see yourself and you're gonna get real irritated real quick unless you can figure that out. Y'all both can figure that out before marriage.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You're gonna get into that marriage. It's gonna be, it might be hell, honestly.
Exactly.
Because it's all great at the good points, but at those low points, you're gonna be like, I literally can't stand you. I don't want to be near you. I don't want to talk to you. You know, like, why are you acting like this? Why are you acting like me? You know, don't do that.
I think I don't mean to cut you off, but I think you can be too independent to a point where it's like you making decisions solely for yourself and not necessarily for the other person.
Exactly.
Versus when you in a relationship before marriage, you making decisions for yourself and for that person at the same time. It's not solely for the other person, and it's not solely for yourself. It's a little bit of a mix between both.
Absolutely.
Like a balance.
A balance, yeah.
I mean, it has to, because you have your own life before you get, married.
Into that,
But I guess my thing is there really a true balance that people want? Because if there's one person who feels like, hey, I am me, you cannot tell me what to do. I was talking to my girlfriend and she was like, you be trying to give me different advice, or when y'all guys give different advice or whatever, y'all just want us to go with what y'all saying. It's not that we're just saying go with what we're saying. It's a matter that we're looking at the odds and it seems like this is probably the best thing to do. But you are taking this as me just trying to control you. When I'm trying to let you know, if you go that route, there's going to be some consequences that is going to affect both of us, in the long term. So I feel like there takes a level of submission from both.
I wouldn't even say that. I think it just takes a level of understanding from both sides.
Yeah.
And understanding.
But does understanding helping? Because I can understand you all day, but I still want to do my thing.
Exactly. I feel like you gotta have.
You do have.
You gotta have personal conversations. We both have like girl issues, because the last few weeks I've been touching exactly on all of that.
Oh my God.
And it's been difficult.
Dang. Okay. I do.
Because she was like, listen, I understand. I mean, you explained it and everything, but I still want to do this. Then I'm like, oh, okay. Exactly. So once you still want to do it after you understand and I explained it, I don't know what else to do. But then I always make this example. My mother, when we go on vacations, she always packs this big heavy bag. And I'm like, Mom, why are you packing all this stuff? You don't need it. But then guess who has to carry it? Me. So at the end of the day, I'm the one that still got to do this stuff, but you put all this baggage and everything. And I feel like that sometimes this is not even a man or woman thing, because we do this sometimes to our parents, you know, or to someone else who's in a higher responsibility. We don't. What'd you say?
You literally just don't really.
Exactly.
You mess up, or like a good example for me. What you call it? I was a stupid kid back then.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I thought it was funny to throw snowballs at people's cars. I shattered someone's window. Yeah,
That was an ice ball.
Actually throw snowballs. Don't throw snowballs at a moving car.
No.
So
The car was moving.
yeah, they were coming down the street. They were moving like 15 miles an hour. It was like it was like the snowstorm back in like 12,
2011.
or 11, 12,
Yeah.
something like
High
that.
school.
I was really dumb. So it was like kind of ice too. That's probably like broke the windshield.
Yep.
And I took off. I ran. I didn't know what to do. I come back hiding behind one of the street lights.
Yeah.
I see them at my door because they knew I was in my yard.
Dang, you was in your yard and you ran.
My dad was sound asleep. Came to the door. He was like, "Who did what?" He's like, "Huh?" So he saw me. Lady gets up and leaves or whatever. And he's like, "Bro, come in here." He's like, "I'm over here enjoying my nap. You know, I got my day off of work, and I have to get up, come to the door, and hear that. I gotta pay $400 for a windshield now." He's like, "Bro, just go to your room." It's like, and at that point, I thought everything was good. No, I mean, as soon as I went to my room, grabbed the belt,
It was on and popping
what's
again.
that? All I hear is a little knock on the door, and that was the end of me.
Man,
The
I
end
used
of
to
the day for me.
I used to hate when my dad get the belt, like he'll be in his room and you hear that clinking on the belt, you already knew. It would be the little metal part on the belt. Oh, my
Bro, the
God.
little
Yes.
going down the
Oh,
stairs,
it
all
was
you hear
good.
is that clink, clink, clink.
When was the last time
And
y'all
you're
got whooped? Be honest. Be honest. When was the last time y'all got whooped?
Okay, so I technically didn't get a full whipping. It was out of his aggression. And he gave like a few licks and then that was it. This was
No, I'm talking about like
full blown.
they beat your
Okay, full
I
blown.
think
Probably
fourth or fifth grade, I think.
Dang,
Really?
13. It was 13. It had to be like 13, 14.
What you?
I think it was around 13 or 14. It was this one time where me and my little brother had got in an argument, and like he was like, you bitch. So then he started walking away and mad, and I just got so heated, and like I pushed him into the wall, and he just went like he kind of like
Yeah.
So that I pushed him into the wall, and like it made like a big dent in the wall. So my dad was pissed. Like there was a literal hole. So you know, my dad was in Ghana, and he came back, and like he would like I was already knowing he was pissed. I was like, yo, it's GG. I just gotta wait the countdown till he comes.
That's the worst.
He came to the door. He had like a plastic bag. At first, when he came to the door, he didn't seem mad, but as soon as he came, he took off the plastic bag, had the belt, and he was about to. He just started swinging. And then he started chasing my little brother like with the belt, trying to hit him too. And my mom was like, stop. And then like after that, after he got him some hits, man came to me. I'm over here like this.
Doing all you can to block it.
Exactly.
Like I'm blocking it.
And you get hit on your hands.
Facts.
Oh man.
Facts.
The worst thing that I did.
Like, bro, just stop hitting me.
Exactly. The worst thing I did.
I can't protect myself no more.
No cap. And then you know my uncle was there. He was like, yo, you know, chill out. And he was just like, nah, y'all are destroying my house.
Yeah, African parents, bro.
I feel like this is something I'll probably understand when I'm older, when I'm like owning the house. I never always saw like little things. I mean, I guess ain't little thing. That's a whole wall. But like, you know, like spilling like drink on the carpet. I used to get spanked for that. I dropped some food from the table from dinner. Someone's getting mad. You know,
See,
like little things like that.
The thing is, our parents, you know, I love telling people. I think the first toxic relationship comes from our parents.
Why you say that?
Because at a certain age, you're 5, you're 6, you're 7 even, you are still having to be trained and learn different things, what not to do, what to do. But at a certain age, probably 8, 9, 10, 11, is when you start developing what you like, what you don't like, what you want to do, what you don't want to do. And your parents a lot of times parents like, I don't care, you're going to do this thing and this is how it's going to be done.
Kind of just tell you how to do it.
Exactly. And then just the constant thing of that they think they can still parent you. How you parent me when I was 5? The hit me. Okay, what was I saying?
You talking about toxic?
Oh yeah.
Parents.
So you used to spank me when I was 5 to get me to understand that what I did was wrong. But you can't continue to do that when I'm 10, 15 because
But I think that's when you first learn how to stick up for yourself. Because it's your parent, because you know that's your blood and you've been living with them for so long.
Yeah.
It's almost like you want to curl up and not even say nothing.
Yeah.
But then you get to a point where there's 13, 14, whenever,
Mm-hmm.
where it's like, no, I'm not taking no more of this.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you know, the parent learns just as much as the kid learns.
Yeah.
So I can't necessarily agree and say it's toxic. I think there are times where it's bad from the parent, but you gotta think there's also times where it's bad from us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so from the instance of where you got the kid who just don't give a crap, he's just doing things. Absolutely. But then there are times where it's just the parent just simply wants you to do what they want to do. It could be a choice of a color. I'm just making a prime example. Just a choice of a color. Hey, I want to wear red. No, you're going to wear blue. I want to wear, no, you're going to wear blue. Or the quitter mentality is like you get into a club or whatever, you realize you don't like it, right? I remember for me, I was like, oh, I love coding. You know, I want to do it, da-da-da-da-da. I got into coding. I hated it. Luckily, it wasn't like a club that my parents had signed me up with, so I was able to just not go to this club because it was through school or whatever. So there have been parents though who have forced their kids to continue to do something because it's like, you're not going to quit. Whereas like your kids like painting, but you're trying to force them to be a singer. Maybe if you was to push them into singing and actually give them a chance to do that, they would like it. And it's all those different little things that as we grow up, it creates it models our mindset.
But you got to also put into perspective how they grew up. Our parents,
That's true.
especially I say our generation, I think we're the most like, as far as like being able to make money and being able to monetize off of anything, I think we're the most secure out of any generation before us.
That's true.
Our parents, what they knew is, okay, graduate high school, go to college,
Degree.
don't matter if you wanted to or not, if you think you can make it as a singer or not, get a degree and go get a job that pays well so you can take care of yourself.
That's true.
So because that's all they know, they're gonna try and treat us the same way.
That's very true.
But
We
like,
have so many more options.
times is
now,
changing,
you know?
times is changing,
Exactly.
and it's a new generation.
Exactly.
It's wildly different.
Yeah,
Like,
it's insanely
I'm
different.
pretty sure you could ask anyone's parents right now. The way they grew up, it's so
Completely
different.
different.
bro.
Absolutely. You're right.
Not
you're
just
right.
with like technology, but like just how society is and like things in general have progressed so far in the last like 20, 30 years. It's insane.
It is. And with saying all that, it's absolutely true. So you saying that basically they're doing the best they can. that they know.
They're doing the
They're
best that
moving
they can.
with time.
They're going off of what they know is secure.
Right.
Yeah.
That's true. That's
They're
true.
only gonna do what they're taught and what they know.
Yeah.
So,
When I look at my dad and his dad, my dad has done tremendously much more than what his dad did.
As you're supposed to.
But then I look like there's 10,000 more things you can do. But then I came to realization like this is all my dad can do. This is all my dad knows how to do is because he's like, I'm doing much more than what my dad did. So his level of mindset that he wish he had with his dad was simply a relationship, simply a this, simply a that. Now I'm like, we got a relationship, but can you do more? Well, he just does not understand that. So I get
achieve
it.
what he, I guess, and let me say that I feel like at a certain point where like there is a peak for him,
Yeah.
mentally, physically, spiritually.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's gonna be a certain point where you can't progress anymore. You know, there's some things you just can't do. Some things you can't learn anymore. You know,
Yeah.
you know what you know, and that's all you can offer.
Exactly.
So, and I feel like the same way. You know, my dad was the same way.
Mm-hmm.
My dad is leaps and bounds so much better than my granddad.
Mm-hmm.
He's the things he's done for me and my siblings.
Yeah.
He's a great dad by all means.
Mhm.
You know, but that's all he knows. He had to teach himself all these things. You know?
Exactly.
And now he's at such a point. He's at the midpoint of his life. So
Mhm.
there's not much more he can learn. He's
Yeah.
been in this role for 20, 30 years now, you know, so
Yeah.
your parents can only offer you so much.
Exactly. So I think we at a certain point have to start accepting our parents for who they are. You know, being like, hey, that's pops, that's mom, you know, and stop trying to constantly change them, etc. Well, that was a lot of something to be talked about. All right, well, catch the next episode or however I plan to do this. Next. Yo, what's good? I'm DJ. And I'm Shabach. And together we are DJ Shabach. But if you made it this far, I think you already know that by now. So if you want to see more content like this, make sure you hit that like, that share, and that subscribe button. Oh, I'm waiting. I got time today. DJ Shabach. Yep, the like button, the subscribe, the share. Yep. All right, cool. Appreciate it. Now, we got a lot of inspirational, educational, motivational, and I can't think of a word for funny that's a Chanel. Either way, we got a lot of content that I think you're going to like, so stay tuned.